Hey guys, it's Greg from HarvestLoop, and we are at the HarvestLoop headquarters. And I want to show you, people have been asking us, what do we do when we do our weekly, monthly, or bi-weekly site visits? And I want to show you all the gear we bring and our loopers bring with us, and then the services we perform. We'll do a few of those on our garden beds here at our headquarters and show you how we do it. Here's an example of the different products and tools we bring when we do our site visits. These are things you can also get for yourself for your own garden. Of course, if this is too much and doesn't make sense, you can always hire us to come by and do this for you. We come weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on which service subscription you choose. But let's dive into the different tools. So we obviously have our hoe and our rake for being able to separate the soil. We always bring some straw mulch, as well as our special blend fertilizer. We also have worm castings that we bring, especially when we're doing transplants. We have a number of different bug treatments. Bugs are one of the main problems that people face that we're able to diagnose and treat. And we use all organic products and solutions, neem oil, BT. We have a treatment for slugs, general purpose. And depending on what you have, we have different treatments that you may not see here as well. We have all of our garden tools. We bring some extra soil in case we need to top up anywhere. We always have some disinfectant wipes just to clean our tools. We bring a sprayer just in case you don't have one. We can bring a hose as well. Tools to cut, tools to transplant. We have a water meter that a moisture reading, so we can check to see how your moisture is doing. The measuring stick. We bring a tarp to put the mess in if we're doing a transplant, or if we're pulling out some dead plants in large quantities. We'll bring a tarp and make sure we don't make a mess around your area. And we even bring a basket to clip some of your ready-to-eat harvests that you've been leaving behind for us to pull out for you. And so we'll leave a little basket of the food that's ready to eat for you so that you can dive in and make some salads or make a dinner with that. So a bunch of tools we bring. There's more as well, but this is a good start. You can see it's a pretty good amount that we bring to our site visits, and stuff that you probably want to have on hand if you're going to do your own work. So we're going to use these beds for our monthly visit. And what we do when we do a monthly visit is we'll always check the soil, we'll check the moisture. We're going to take pictures of all the beds. We're going to put that into the HarvestLoop app. We're going to look for any anomalies or issues with any of the plants. We're going to check to see if things are growing the way we expect. We'll also check to see if there's any bugs and a serious bug issue. Sometimes we'll see that by virtue of seeing the bugs themselves. Other times it'll be the leaves themselves on your plants will have specific issues, and we'll find those, we'll pick the right solution. Generally speaking, we'll stick to organic approaches that won't hurt your vegetables. And if there's anything that needs to be done at a larger scale, we'll discuss it with you and take appropriate steps. Also, if you see any dead leaves around the base, you want anything yellow, like really dead, you want to catch those and just get them out of there so that the plant isn't spending its energy trying to fix those leaves. When we originally planted these seeds, we planted them close, and it looks like we didn't pick the winners and chop and get rid of the losers that were too close to each other. So I could see why there's a little bit of crowding going on there. And we'll just make sure that they take hold and come back and thin them out a little bit more. So for this bok choy here, we noticed one of the bok choys looks like it's getting eaten by the bugs. And so we decided we're just gonna harvest this one and give the other one some space. And so with bok choy, it's not a cut and come again. So you wanna use your cutting tool and just cut from the base itself, leaving the roots in the soil. Look what we found. pull it up. Yep. We found one of the culprits. Okay, now we know this snail has been coming in and doing some serious damage, and where there's one, there's probably more. We have special snail pellets, organic, that we're gonna put directly on the soil. We wanna do that after we water and after it's dry, because they'll just dissolve otherwise. But those do a really great job of catching the snails. And so we'll, great find, and yeah, we'll definitely take care of that. We noticed a little potential powdery mildew. We already sprayed a little bit, but we didn't get the bottom. So we're gonna spray underneath as well and see if we can get the powdery mildew on this plant here, so that we can, and these are cucumbers. And the cucumbers really this year have done there's been a lot of mildew associated with the cucumbers. And so we're gonna get through the season. I don't know if this plant really is gonna ultimately produce or not. It's very late in the season to have cucumber. We did it as more of an experiment. And if it starts looking too bad, we'll probably just pull it out and go with our winter harvest kits. All right, so now we're gonna apply our fertilizer. It's every 2 weeks. It's time to do it again. If there's a lot of mulch, we sometimes we'll move it aside and get the fertilizer in there. We'll just do a nice big handful near the plant, not on the plant, not on the stems, but you want it to be able to absorb into the roots. And in this case, just maybe moving the mulch to the side. We'll also put an additional layer of mulch where we see it light, especially for plants. We want to make sure we keep moist and make sure it has good moisture with the roots. And so we'll go through and we'll apply fertilizer to every single plant in both these beds and give it some nutrition for the next couple of weeks. It's mid-October right now, so we're trying to maximize our yields as best we can before the end of the fall. San Diego sometimes is forgiving and will give us warm days all the way into November, and sometimes it gets kind of cold. And so we'll see how it goes this year. But we're gonna give this thing a good amount of nutrition right now and get it growing. So we've done a really good job of fertilizing around the plants. We didn't touch the stems, but we got fertilizer ready for them, and now we're ready to mulch, do a little extra mulch on top. Definitely heavy mulch for the ones that are bare. And you can see how the mulch does start to break down and go into the planter and become part of the nutrition of the planter itself over time. It's great for keeping water in. It's also great for if the plant starts touching the ground, at least it'll be touching the mulch and not the dirt directly. And so there are benefits of using different kinds of mulches. The straw mulches is the one that we found to be most appropriate for what we're doing, but there's a number of different choices out there. All right, so now we're gonna start harvesting some of the kale and other vegetables that are ready to be pulled. For kale, it's a cut and come again. So we're just gonna grab some of the bigger leaves that are lower to the ground and anything that the bugs got to that really look bad. But we wanna leave enough on the plant. If you cut too much, you may kill the plant completely. So probably that's about as much as you wanna grab at one time from each plant, depending on how they look. And you can see the newer green leaves in the center that are growing, which is great. So it's still producing. That one big leaf, we want to get that one out of there. My wife will be very happy to have some fresh kale for her salads and smoothies. She loves when we harvest of the garden. She usually comes out here when she needs something and just clips as she goes. It's a great thing for our family. Very healthy meals. And it's been fun. I'm proud of this broccoli. This is our first broccoli of the season, and it's coming in. So far so good. The plant grew great. There was very little bug activity on it. I was very happy. This is part of our winter feast harvest kit. And over here we got our Asian exotic Asia harvest kit going. A lot of different nice Asian plants and a few other items as well. Looking forward to these Japanese long beans coming in. We already harvested some of the leaves here, and we got the Mizuna looking really good. The green Mizuna every day, midday, it looks like it's dead, and every night and every morning it's popped up perky and looking great. So I don't know if you have any ideas what to do about that. Give me a comment and let me know. All right, so again, we're gonna get this bok choy out. We're gonna cut it at the base completely. This is a one and done, which also reminds us that we should be planting an additional follow-up crop right now and get some more bok choy seeds in the ground, and we'll do that next. Yeah, even my peppers and this shishito pepper plant has been producing so much for us. We love it. We're letting a few of them go totally red, and so we can get the seeds for next year. We'll keep pulling off the bigger ones. It looks like it's getting closer to the end. At this point, it was producing 20, 30, fruits every 3 days. And so it's pretty impressive. Now I think it's getting late in the game. We do have some fertilizer in there. We'll see if that gives it a boost for another couple of weeks. We might try to overwinterize that as just a test. I hear you can dramatically cut it back and get it in the greenhouse all winter. We might do it just for fun. So we'll see about that. Our pepper plants did okay this year, but we're gonna do way better. We planted late this year, but next year we are gonna get going early and often. And then our sweet potatoes exploded and took over the whole bed. My kid even made like a little bridge with sweet potatoes. This is just one vine that just keeps on going. And these things could be 20 feet or more. Some people even eat the leaves. We're not really caring for the leaves very much. You can see a lot of holes in them now. We are still confident that there's great sweet potatoes under there. We also did some grow bags and things. This is all late in the game for all this stuff. This tomato tree just kind of fell over. We'll fix that before we leave this session. But the grow bags are great for some smaller stuff. We even did some potatoes in the grow bags. And oh, there's a bee even on that plant. That's great. We need those bees. Really important. And so still get some tomatoes out of this. Our main tomatoes are up on top, and even those are towards the end of the line. So we're basically just transitioning things now for the fall kits that we're going to be transplanting in. And we've already done a lot of work with this bed, and that bed is being a salad starter one, and exotic Asia. Then we got our brassicas going over here. We have smoothies over here, and we planted some flowers here. And so I'm looking forward to seeing some flowers and some color in the center, which will also attract all these great bugs and bees and help us pollinate. So that's how we're doing it. All right, we're watering in our fertilizer and mulch, and it did get a lot of rain and water over the last few days, so we're not going to go crazy, but we will definitely get that stuff watered in and make sure that the fertilizer, is nice and wet and starting to blend into the soil. It's also going to be about 80 or 85 for a couple of days here in San Diego before it drops down to the 70s again. So a little extra water probably won't hurt right now, because I think it's going to be pretty hot over the next couple of days. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This was our little monthly visit to our own garden, to our own homestead here at HarvestLoop headquarters, and we're happy to come to your property and handle your edible gardening needs, and let us come out and see what you got and help you out. If not, I hope you learned something that you can apply for your own garden, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks.